Hi, this is Suzanne again, and this is my Canva tutorial on how to use Chad's unicorns along with the bonuses that I am offering. So you'll remember that Chad's offer is 30 unicorns. That's his main offer, and then he has some backgrounds. As the first upsell, he has dot to dot and tracing images as his second upsell, and he has the full color unicorns and backgrounds as the third upsell. And that is actually very unusual to have both the drawings, the figures, and the backgrounds in full color. Normally, for these kinds of funnels, normally it's just the animal or the whatever it is, the 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 main creature. So I have bonuses for all, and what I'm going to show you is how to use everything together or several things together so that you can create something that's unique. Okay, so I'm here in Canva, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've put three different components. So I have a mandala on one page, I have a quote on the second page, and then I have a unicorn on the third. And so basically I'm going to show you how you can combine these to make something unique. Okay, so the first one is the mandala, and what I'm going to do with that first of all is I'm going to expand this just a little bit, and you get the mandalas if you buy through my link, and that is for the main offer, the front end offer. All right, so I'm going to add the unicorn. I don't think I uploaded that one there. Okay. So while that's uploading, I'm going to be showing you how you can use the unicorns and the mandalas together, the unicorns and the quotes together, and then the quotes and the mandalas together. So lots of different combinations so that you can, as I said, make something that's really different and unique. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop this onto, I'm just going to click on Canva, and I'm going to center her. I've centered the mandala. I'm going to center her. Okay, and so it gives the same effect as it did when I did it in PowerPoint. So this is just another way of creating them. And I know that some people are very comfortable with Photoshop, and that's great. You can do all of this and probably even more than I'm showing you in Photoshop. I am just not a Photoshop girl. I work well with Canva, and I work well with Stencil, and I work well with PowerPoint. Photoshop makes me want to tear out my hair, so you'll never find me trying to use it. All right. Now, if I wanted to put a quote on this, I could. I'll show that to you, but that's not really what I'm planning to do with that. And you'll see that when you start moving things around a bit on Canva, it's going to get a little messy. So what I would probably want to do if I decided that I wanted to use a quote was I would probably move the mandala up towards the top of the page, and I'd probably make it a little bit smaller. Again, I would center it vertically, and then I would move the unicorn up and then center her again. Okay, and then I'd have the quote, and I would still make that smaller and then center it. Okay, and then I could move these a little bit so that they're a little bit closer. Okay, so that's with all three components. All right. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add another page and just redo what I did with just the unicorn. All right, so it's, is it that one? Nope, not that one. This one. Okay. So I'm just going back and redoing what I did originally so that you can see it again, but also so that I have that original creation. Okay. Make her a little bit bigger and then center her there. And then also just make sure that, oops, that this is centered. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the second page. Okay, so this is the one that starts with a quote. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. I have the numbers written down, but I can't remember exactly what they look like. So, okay. All right, so with this one, I'm going to use this. Okay, and so that I've dropped that onto the top, but I'm going to want that in the background. So I'm going to size it first, and then I will make sure to, and what I will do is to make it a little bit easier on myself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the mandala is centered. Okay, and the way that I know that it's centered is that, number one, it gets a little harder to move, but also you see that it's right there in the crosshairs, the purple crosshairs. Okay, so I'm going to click on position. I'm going to move that backward. And then I'm going to go ahead and move the quote over here. Okay, and again, I'm going to center it so you see that it's right there in the crosshairs, the purple crosshairs. Okay, so that's how you would do that. All right, and then the last one is I have the with the unicorn already on there. So I'm going to be using the unicorn and a quote. So with this one, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move her over here off to the side. Okay, and then I'm going to go up to my uploads, and here's my quote. Now I could also edit this, and this is something that you can do in Canva a little bit more easily than you can with PowerPoint, and that's why I like having both of these tools at my disposal, because if I want to do one particular thing and I can't get it done on one, then I can use the other. I like having options. Again, I'm sure all of this can be done in Canva very easy. I'm not in Photoshop. I just don't want to lose my hair. So I am going to keep using what works for me. But if you like Photoshop and you know how to use it, then have at it. All right, so I thought this quote worked really well because it's talking about leaving a glitter trail of kindness, and here's the unicorn jumping over or flying over the rainbow. All right, so that's just another quick video to show you how I did basically the same thing in Canva that I had done in PowerPoint for people who prefer to use Canva. When you are manipulating the text boxes, the quotes, you'll have to be a little bit careful, because if you're not careful and you move it down a little bit, then you're going to run the risk of doing that. So just, that's just something to be aware of. Okay. But again, when you use Canva, you can, get rid of the excess space a lot more easily. All right, so I hope that helps. And I hope you go on to create some fun things, and I would love to see what you create. And I'll talk to you next time.